Adrienne, what do you think about Jamal as you are using him too? I discovered Jamal. I'm not rubbing it in, but I have a great eye for talent. I remember when I needed to redo my covers in the Draconian series, I posted on Elon's. Now I think it's called Upworks. And I got so many great designers, but Jamal stood out. His work just blew me away. He did this drawing of Amanda Siegfried that I completely fell in love with, and then asked the designers to design a dragon for me to see their talent. Well, a lot of the finalists didn't finish with it. They probably thought that I was going to steal it or something, but Jamal did. And what that guy did in 2 days was just amazing. I chose him, and only when I gave him the job to create Fireball's cover did he discover that it wasn't just one cover. I can still remember how excited he was. And man, he blew my mind away. He is such a humble person. But later on, when he designed all my covers, I had a great chat with Regina Wamba, also top of her class, about covers, and she told me that young adult readers actually wants to see real, even though the covers were drawn perfectly. I decided to rebrand and used her for photo shoot, and Jamal did the photo manipulation with the dragons. He did such an amazing job. I mean, what my covers are today, it will never get another rebrand again. He is beyond talented. They both are. He designed most of my covers, to be honest. I think he designed all of your covers. No. Kristin designed Forbidden, which is actually a story that play off in Guardian of Monsters, and Deranged Doctor designed the new series that I'm doing with Carlisle and Dragon's Den covers. I forgot you wrote Forbidden, which is Collins and Rue's story. You did an amazing job with that. Thank you, Kristin, and thank you for letting me use your world. It's a wonderful world to explore. What happened there? Did you run out of ideas? No, it was actually in 2018 where all three of us actually joined box sets. And the box set I was in was a fairy tale retelling, but with a rebellion twist. I actually wanted to do a story of King Albert and Queen Catherine, but decided against it as not going to end at 30k words, which was the limit, and it became more of an 86k novel, which was half Mulan, half Cinderella. And then I decided that Little Red Riding Hood was the perfect choice, but I needed werewolves. And the best one that I could come up with was playing off in Kristin's world. And that was when I approached her. We brainstormed, as I had to stick perfectly to her world. And that is why Forbidden is a story written by me, but actually forms part of the Guardian of Monsters series. So those fans that didn't know that and actually keeps on asking what happened to Colin and Rue, Kristin is the lady that is taking those characters further. Do you think that Jamal would like to join us for an episode? Definitely. I think he and Angie would love to do an episode with us, but I'm leading the questions as I was told before I'm a cover snob. Isabella, you use Regina a lot. Do you think that she would speak to us too, get a perspective on covers? And then, like Adrienne said, she must have a lot of intel for authors, what they need to look at, and how to basically guide the designer on what they want on their covers. Yeah, she does. That's my girl. She is crazy talented and has a beautiful eye when it comes to photo shoots. I think she would be an exceptional guest when we do cover Yeah, covers. I think it would be great to get a few designers to cover the cover topic, and to get as much intel as we could for aspiring authors out there in why are covers so important. Definitely. Look, I know the ladies from Deranged Doctor Designs who did my covers for, the Notorious Wolf series, and also for the rebrand for the Hemsley Mansion. I'm sure we could get one of their ladies on board as well, because like I said, if we can get like a couple of episodes where they speak about covers, to get everybody's different design and what it is they need to look out for through a designer's perspective, I think it could be really, really helpful to aspiring authors. Okay, moving on to the next subject, writing apps. Isabella, since you have a story on a writing app, what is your experience with them? I have a story on Radish, and let me just explain why some of us have started with the writing apps. I'm sure you saw a lot of advertising from Dream, Novelcat, Radish, among the thousands of reading apps out there on Facebook. And the reason why I started writing on one of them, Novelcat is also going to start listing my book soon, um, is because as an author, you constantly need to find new readers and more readers. And in today's time, readers are not just on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. um, I mean, Wattpad is seriously a huge platform to get discovered. I think The Kissing Booth on Netflix was a Wattpad story, and I do believe that the author was in her teens when she wrote it. As I would give anything to go back to my 15-year-old self and just tell her to start writing. I think we all would. So, yes, finding new readers is something we definitely need to focus on, as well as keeping our old readers from the online stores. So, none of my books on these writing sites are exclusive. They will be available when they are finished on those platforms as well. My experience with Radish has been phenomenal, though. Um, I mean, I'm on there less than a month, and Sunset Island has almost reached 1,000 reach without really promoting it. I mentioned it in one of my newsletters, and yes, Judy, it's a what if novel that takes place on one of those raunchy islands where contestants try to find love. I feel sorry for Jack and Holly. What you put them through is insane. I don't. My characters are handling it with flair. So in Sunset Island, Tracy begged Holly to join her on the horniest island out there to find love and to just get Jake out of his system. She's obviously worried like crazy that he would show up, as the show might start off with strangers looking for love, but then they bring in each week a couple of the exes to spice things up. Um, and even though Holly doesn't think that Jake would show up, she still secretly wants him to, but is also terrified of the idea of him coming to Sunset Island, as she basically told him indirectly in front of million viewers that she kept Jamie. It's probably one of my favorite what if novels by far. And the feedback that I'm getting on this story is really something I did not expect. So, yes, my experience with Radish is wonderful. So you can either use it to push your free novels or publish to sell it. They have a coin system per chapter, and even though you might lose out on some books, you gain a bit more on the bigger ones. And it's easy for readers to get free coins if they don't have money. So, again, if you like to get your books on pirate sites, rather join the reading apps out there than getting your books from a pirate site, as Radish Dream, Novelcat, Foxy Novel, Web Novel, all those sites paid back to authors. We actually do make a living from them. So it's a win-win. It is. Is all your novels on there? Novelcat, yep, not available yet. They are still uploading the chapters, as I do not write 2,000 chapter words. Mine is a bit longer, but they only have a limit of 2,000 word chapters. On Radish, I think I still need to publish all the What If novels, but the Forever series are on there. And also From a Jack to a King. I really, really don't know what it is about this book. It's one of my favorite standalone stories, and other readers as well. The ones that read it, that says, "Oh, it's such a beautiful story. When is the second one coming?" The second one is not coming, but I just struggled to sell this book. I don't know if it's the cover or or the back blip or what it is. So please, if there any one of you are watching that knows the story, please tell me what you think it is so that we can change it, because I really think it's really a nice book.
Adrienne, what are your thoughts?
I'm with Isabella. It's not just about getting your books in all the formats you can. As readers don't just read anymore, they listen too, but to get them available on as many platforms as you can. And these reading apps really have so many readers that are not buying from online stores due to various reasons. The coin system that Isabella spoke about is how we get our cut in the deal. So yes, I'm definitely working my way through the list of reading apps. There are plenty, and obviously market will only get harder and more, but I'm looking forward to it and take it to the next level.
How are you doing on the writing apps, Adrienne?
Better than I ever thought I would. I began with Radish, and know plenty of authors are afraid to submit, especially self-published authors. We constantly sit with doubt about whether our stories are good enough or not. But you only have to submit one story for your writing platform to get the pay to feature open. But once it's open, you can publish it on there easily, and they don't always want exclusive novels. It's great to have one or two books exclusive just for them, but like I said, it's another way to get your published books on another platform. I always put my book in their promotion. Sometimes they get chosen, sometimes not. I think Isa still has a From a Jack to a King on there that still has no reads, and that is by far one of my favorite standalone novels written by you, Isa. But yes, I almost have reached the 10K mark on Thunderlight, which is the second novel in the Draconian series in less than 2 months. So quite excited to see where it's going to end if that is happening in just over a month.
Okay, how does it feel to have 10K reads? I mean, Firebolt is on Wattpad too for the past, 5 years? And you do not even have 10K reads on Firebolt yet.
Wonderful. Look, Wattpad is great. I just don't think it's for every author. I mean, I didn't make what some other authors did on Wattpad, but I'm starting to do it on other writing apps. I guess it's all about the time you spend on platforms. Wattpad is such a great writing platform, but with the community threads and all of that on Wattpad too, it takes a lot of your time to really make Wattpad work for you as an author. It's truly what you put in is what you get out. And when I put my books on Wattpad, I really didn't have time to focus on reaching out to readers and getting them to read my freebie. The other things about Wattpad too is they do not have the features like Radish and all the other writing apps. You actually need to get invited for their pay to read feature, and the only way to get invited is to get like a gazillion reads on your books. So it would mean to make all my books for free on Wattpad first, and I'm terrified that it would hurt my income. But it's definitely something I would speak to hubby about next year when we are going full in with marketing and see what he has to say. But Wattpad is a wonderful site if you're starting out. I think it's crucial to build your author career first before you publish, and have a story or two on Wattpad and use their readers to become like famous or something before moving on to selling on all the platforms or finding an agent. I know plenty of authors that found agents on Wattpad. They definitely hung
Yeah, so
out
Wattpad,
there.
great for launching a career, working towards getting that pay to read and gaining exposure. Not that great if you already have a career selling books.
I wouldn't say that, not at all. But it's harder to get to get paid to read feature from them, as you need the free reads first, but it's a great site nevertheless. I have nothing bad to say about Wattpad at all. And to be honest, I don't use it that much to actually give my honest opinion on Wattpad. We might get a Wattpad Fundi on here to speak about their experience. I know Jo Watson made an explosion on Wattpad, and she is much more insightful about Wattpad than I think any of us would ever be.
Okay, yeah, maybe we should try to get her on here to join us for an interview.
Seriously, Judy, you make it sound so easy. It's not. Why do we always have to do things the hard way?
Oh, come on. I think it's going to be fun.
It's not as easy, Judy. It's really hard work doing an episode.
Our guest will see it as an experience.
We still need to figure out how to do that.
Okay. Look, I think this is for today. We can speak more about the writing and mine next time. I think need more exposure than you three. Heaven knows I do. So our next episode, we will talk about our writing process and our books. Agreed?
I have no problem with that, as long as you're on time, Judith.
Fine. I'll try to be as punctual next time. Relax those boobs, Isa. Okay. Then I think it's that. Okay. Thank you for joining us for our very first episode on Split. It really is such a great name for our channel, right?
I feel sorry for hubby though. It's like having to deal with a harem.
That isn't a harem.
It's like having to deal with a wife that has a split personality. Okay, now I get it. Great title for the channel, girls.
Woo! Finally! Welcome on board, Isabella. Okay, you can find me at www.judithholstrombooks.com. I'm on Instagram and Twitter too. Have a Facebook page. You can join me if crime and horror is your thing.
I'm on www.adriennewoodsbooks.com. If dragons and fantasy is your thing, please try Firebolt out. It is free on all the platforms. And I'm on Facebook, Twitter under EricB3 and Instagram. Mine is www.kristinpinkbooks.com if you love paranormal romance. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter too. We'll get more involved on social media as I suck at it.
We all suck at social media, Kristin.
It's www.isabellawhitebooks if romance is your genre. And I am on Twitter and on Facebook and Instagram. Wait, am I on Instagram? Yes, you are. Monique made sure of it. What would I have done without her? Come visit me, you little cow. Below is our links to the Split channel and online handles. Please give us a follow and don't miss out on our next episode on Split. So subscribe if you do not want to miss it. And we will see you soon, where we are going to speak about our writing techniques and more about our books.
Bye.
Bye.